Welcome. Today we want to talk about something pretty timely,
Yes.
and it's how to use LinkedIn. You all should be using LinkedIn to bounce back after a career break or after a layoff, or even if you're anticipating the possibility of a layoff.
Right. It is such a powerful
Mhm.
tool, but it can feel overwhelming
For sure.
if you don't know. And so I think we need to break this into a
Yeah.
couple of YouTubes, but today we're just going to focus on the basics.
The basics
right?
of, well, the first thing is you have to have a decent page.
Right.
And U2 populations, the people who are either thinking they may be laid off, maybe recently laid off, or someone who's taken a career break, you probably haven't put a lot of time into your LinkedIn.
Yes.
Because when you're working, we're always telling students, even when you're working, you always keep your resume and your LinkedIn updated, but none of us do it. We don't do it, right? Every once in a while, I actually look and think, I should probably update my own,
Right.
but you need to do that. So this is where to start with some of the basics, right? Kind of going down the page.
Yes. Well, the first basic that
Yeah.
I actually think we were going to forget, but
Yeah.
it's your picture.
Oh,
Right?
it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your picture. And oftentimes we can just circle around the
Mhm.
drain, not wanting to put a picture of ourselves, especially on kind of a social media platform. But that picture actually is extremely valuable. Isn't there statistics
I think they get 4 times as many looks
right.
if there's a photo. But I know for me, and for you too, I'm sure we get a lot of connection requests. If someone doesn't have a photo, I don't connect.
I don't.
Because there are fake people on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So put a photo up, make sure it's somewhat current within the last 4 or 5 years, and it's just you, not you with half of Kelly's head cut out, right? Okay.
Exactly.
So really good point.
And it's really easy to take a picture like that. You can have a family member take your picture, make sure that you're standing against a wall. You want to have the light coming at you.
Not over your head.
Yes.
Actually, the best time to take a photo
Like
is outside, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, assuming it's daylight savings time, because it's going to be nice, soft light, nothing too direct.
Yep.
When you get older, you worry about those things.
Yes. Okay. So once we have our profile picture up there, the next section that you really want to pay attention to and really think about what you're doing is sort of that title section.
Yeah, the nameplate. So you obviously want your name. If you took a career break or have been in a long career that you're leaving, and people may know you by another name, a maiden name, or maybe you were divorced and you used your old married name, whatever the case. If you have different names by which you are recognized, make sure they're in there. You could put one in parentheses, either as a middle name or at the end, but make sure you're recognizable. And that big part of the nameplate that you were leading up to is those titles underneath your name. How many times do you see someone where, like, when they go to connect with you, it says, senior marketing person who loves creating new ideas for blah, blah, blah.
Right. Or it's that, and then like 700 letters next to their name of every
degree they've ever had.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So keep it simple. Keep the nameplate simple. And on that job description, on that line underneath, pick either job titles or functions. Don't put a narrative in there. That's not going to drive the search, because LinkedIn, on top of being the premier networking site, is also becoming probably the biggest job board. They're, neck and neck now with Indeed. So companies and even recruiters are placing jobs on postings on LinkedIn. They're using that as a search engine. So the number one place, one of the 2 number 1 places on LinkedIn that drives the search is those names, the designations under your name. So putting a narrative like, I seek to make people stronger and better and companies more profitable, that's not going to drive anything. But if you put down project manager or business analyst or product designer or whatever your title is, and the title can be aspirational. You may have only worked in program management and product design, but now you want to bring these things together and get into project management in manufacturing. You could put project management. You're not saying you're a project manager, but you could put the noun project management. So either is okay, a job title or a job function, up to 3, and you'll be more discoverable if between each of the 3 you have a space and a vertical line and then another space.
Yes.
That'll be easier for the algorithm to pick it up. But that's what drives jobs.
Such great
postings.
tips.
Yeah.
And so if we're not being unique with our language in that area, there is a place for you to be unique with your language, and that's in the about section. And you want to have that unique language, but you also want to have a call to action. You've talked through that.
Well, first of all, I'm shocked at how many of them don't have anything. That section's not even on their page. That's such a great page. And it forces you to create your elevator pitch, because they're really one and the same. That section is for you to tell your story. It's told in first person in your voice, conversationally. Once you've written it, an easy elevator pitch. So do that section, make it interesting. Tell us your story. You have a lot of space. I think there's room for 2,000 characters, maybe more. You don't have to use them all, but use that space. Make it interesting. Make me want to learn more about you. And at the end, create some kind of call to action, like Kelly said. Let me know let's talk to see how I can help your organization, or I'm available. Please reach out at this number, or just kind of something to say, let's talk. Right.
Starting that conversation.
Exactly.
So the last thing that we want to cover today is the skills and experience section. So what is that section?
So that's the section that as a hiring manager, I think is useless because it's a drop-down menu with so many skills. And most people, if you look, they'll say they have 37 skills or 28 skills. You just don't have that. I mean, we're really good, but we don't have that many true perfected skills. However, that section is the other one that drives LinkedIn recruiters or LinkedIn subscribers to your page. So if I'm a hiring manager and I say, I am looking for a financial analyst who knows, who uses Excel, who is advanced in Excel, and who also knows how to, combine platforms with Peachtree or something old, whatever, then I can use that algorithm is going to go in and find financial analyst, and it's going to find tech skills, right? That's why it's important to fill that section out, but make sure you're honest. Because you don't want to waste your time or a recruiter's time coming to your page like me saying I'm a financial analyst. I am no financial analyst. Can I read a balance sheet? Yes, but I'm not going to put that down as a skill because A, it's not a real skill, and B, I don't want to do that. So that section should focus on, this is what I do well, and this is what I want to continue doing, so that when someone is looking for a job, they'll find you because you have that skill set.
I think this is a really important point that you're making here with a lot of these tips that you're giving, is there are two sides to what LinkedIn is. There is that side that's showcasing who you are as a person, who you are as a professional, and you want to have that unique voice that is only yours to come through. But you are also dealing with the tech world and algorithms. And so you need to be very mindful about where you are and how you are showcasing yourself. So I think the tips that we've given you today are going to give you some food for thought, but also some actionable items that you can do. If you would also like to get a really comprehensive understanding of what goes into a LinkedIn profile, we actually will put in the comments. We have a LinkedIn checklist of the important elements that need to go into a LinkedIn checklist. And we also have a course that we offer called the LinkedIn Lab. And if you're interested in hearing about that, you can visit our website at www.preparetolaunchu.com. And we hope to see you there.
Thanks.